Man, we're live, ready to go, baby.
So what do? They just click on that and real go.
Yeah, man.
That's
I
it.
mean, we're live right now, so you can go ahead and do whatever you got to do.
First off, let me touch up on this real quick. See what everybody's talking about.
Now
Yo,
they're
nothing
gonna be
irks
coming
me.
in.
Nothing irks me more when a thread is put out and somebody gives a one-word answer, and that's that.
Hey, it's just
Ugh,
laziness, man. But
ugh.
it is what it is, though. But go ahead, man. Give the intro.
All right, here we go. Yo, listen, guys. It's your boy Rico and your boy Pierre. We're missing one of the homies in Bobby. He's got some business to attend to, but it's all good. Business doesn't stop. Uh, this is an interesting topic, and I'm just gonna touch base on it a little bit because Pierre and I were chit-chatting a little bit, but we try not to go too much because we want something to share with y'all and be in the heat of the moment. And I'll get right into it. Should Anquan Bolden be someone that we seriously consider to bring in as a free agent receiver? Now, we all know the plethora of receivers that we have on our team as we speak, whether they're signed for a year. Actually, they're all signed for just a year. So we only have what, two receivers, I think, that are signed for more than 1 year, and that's Walter Powell and Sammy Watkins. Everyone else is a free agent after next year. So does it make sense to bring in a 35 plus year old to the Buffalo Bills offense? Does that make sense?
I mean,
Does his age jive with what we're trying to do with the young movement that we have? Yes, we're about trying to win now, but does it make sense to bring him in?
okay. Now, me. Okay, first of all, what's up, everyone? This is Pierre. You already know who I am. But look, just real quick, we actually do have Desmond Lewis and our new draftee Listenby, who are also some receivers who we have, or that we're going to have after this year. But I think age doesn't mean anything, man. I mean, Anquan Bolden has been extremely successful, and we already know that what we have on this current roster, it it's just average, man. It's we have Sammy Watkins, who is arguably, the best wide receiver in the AFC. But it's just, who else do we have after that, man? I mean, Robert Woods. Everyone pegs Robert Woods as he's going to be the number two. But what has Robert Woods done consistently? Nothing, man.
All right, here's where I get annoyed with that topic. Here's what has Robert Woods done? Check this out. The year he was a rookie, modest numbers. He was cool. He was all right.
Okay.
The second year, you can see, okay, we got something special, and everybody was rah 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 about Robert Woods.
I don't know about special, but all right, go ahead.
Because everybody was like, yo, he could be special, man. Like he had like 600 yards receiving, I think, if I remember correctly. I gotta
Just because
look it up.
just
So
because we
like,
ain't had nobody though.
but still, everyone was like, I think we got a legit number two,
Okay.
and he's a good route runner and he's
Yeah.
reliable,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. All of a sudden, people forget because he had an off year last year. It was like, marred with a bit of injuries and the surge of Sammy Watkins demanding the ball, and kind of everybody forgets. And then you got new shiny toys and the hype about the Dotson and the Laquan Treadwell. You forget who we have on our team. This guy's still a legit receiver. And I hate when people just forget about what we have. Like this guy, and I hope he actually plays well enough where people remember, like, Robert Woods is a legit receiver. He may not have the flashiness that Sammy Watkins has, or the AJ Greens, or the OBJs, but the guy's a solid number two, and that's what we are asking for. Not a number
Yeah,
one,
but
a number
that's the
two.
thing. I don't think he's a solid number two in my opinion,
Why?
because honestly, Robert Woods doesn't put fear in the defense. You know what I mean? We need a person who who defenses have to respect. I mean, you want to put him in the slot? I'm perfectly fine with that. You put him in the slot and, you make him work over the middle.
Right.
But on that other side across from Sammy, I feel, and that's why I was so big on trying to draft Josh Dotson, is that I feel that we need that number 2, that pure number 2 guy who is legit.
Okay.
Not someone who lacks size or not even size, because you got a Steve Smith out there who's a monster. He's like, one of the shortest, receivers in the league. But I just don't think that Robert Woods has shown me enough for me to feel comfortable knowing that we have a guy on the outside who can produce consistently.
Let me get this straight. You bring up the topic of having Anquan Bolden as our number 2 guy. Am I wrong? Is that what you're saying?
You know what? Before we get there, let me share my screen real quick, okay? Because I want to show you exactly. You see my screen?
Not yet. I will soon. I see it. Yeah, I see.
Okay, so these are the free agents that are at
No,
wide
it's
receiver
blank.
that are out right now.
It's blank.
Right?
It's blank.
Oh, it's blank?
It showed up just real quick, but then it went away.
Okay, hold on real quick. Let me see if I can try to set this up real quick.
Now, while you try to set this up,
okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna jump in real quick, and I don't want to take away from your point because I want people to hear exactly what you got to say about Anquan Bolden. But you're talking about dynamic. Okay, now your screen's up, so I'm not even gonna jump into that. I'll let you play out your point.
Well, no, I was just, what made me even think about it was, everyone's talking about defense. We drafted our defense, and people, they're starting to feel a little more comfortable with our defense going forward. We added the pieces that we added, but then I had to resort back to my original point, prior to the draft, and that we still need to make sure that our offense is consistent, right? So I was like, you know what? Me personally, and I know I'm in the minority on this, but I feel that us lacking a true number 2 wide receiver or a player who can take pressure off of 1 Tyrod and 2 Sammy Watkins, who do we have in free agency right now that we can, possibly add to the team? So I was looking down the list. I'm like, Andre Johnson, yeah, he kind of had a really bad year last year. And then we have, Marquise Colston. I'm like, he's kind of really on a decline. If he can't really excel with, Drew Brees, then I doubt he's going to do anything with Tyrod. Then we got Roddy White, who kind of fell off a little bit, Malcolm Flow, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, Anquan Bolden, man. It's extremely intriguing only because, one, his relationship with Greg Roman already. He's already produced in this system.
Okay.
And 2, even though it's not really that big of a point, but he has played with Tyrod before. Now, of course, they're on the same team. I don't know how many, passes Bolden caught from, Tyrod, but they were both on the Ravens together, right? So, they are familiar with each other. So,
how familiar can a starting player be with a backup?
I know, and that's why I said I don't know.
Me?
No, yeah, of course, but and that's exactly why I said I don't know how big of a point that can probably be, but they were on the same team. All right, they know of each other, right? So then I was looking back. I was like, okay,
hold on a second.
Go ahead.
If I'm a ball boy for the Buffalo Bills, I'm associated with Sammy Watkins. Doesn't mean I know the man. Doesn't mean a damn thing. So just because they're on the same team, don't mean squat.
You're exactly right. But if you're a ball boy and Sammy Watkins knows that, if I'm going to you, I want that best, Kool-Aid you got out there. I'ma fuck with you, man. Because I know that Rico has that sugar. So, anyways, so look. Now, people always want to, question, Bolden's age. We don't need him because he's 35 and blah blah blah. Man, it goes back to the striker debate about him being too small. He's only 5'11", blah blah blah, this and that. If you can produce, you can produce, man. It doesn't matter how small you are, how heavy you are, even how old you are. Anquan Bolden has already proved still
Time
that
out.
he can still produce in this league, man.
Stop it. I'm gonna stop you right there. You and I both know. Hold on. Let me back it up. You play ball before?
Yes,
What
wide
position?
receiver.
Perfect. Perfect. So you know damn well to play wide receiver, you gotta have that quick twitch, get off the line, get off your man, get open, be explosive. You lose that get off the line explosiveness as you age, especially at the position of receiver. You can
Listen to
get a
this
hold on, you
though.
can get
All right,
away
go ahead.
with it. You can get away with it playing O line. You can get away with it playing linebacker, but you don't see 35-year-old corners, do you? Nope. You don't like you don't see 35, 36-year-old receivers still in the league. It's very rare unless you're a freak like T.O. But T.O. like based on his attitude and all that stuff, I think that's why he's out of the league. But if he was a little more humble, people would be giving him a chance. I don't know about right now, but like at least a year or two ago, they would have. So you can't tell me that age has nothing to do with it. You producing is one thing, age is another, but age at that position means a lot.
All
Go.
right, look, check it out. First of all, for all the fans that are watching, we greatly appreciate it. Sorry that I don't have a camera right now, so you're seeing, Rico's ugly face right now. But listen, Rico, Anquan Bolden, you're talking about, he's not fast enough. You don't have that quick twitch, right? Anquan Bolden ran a 4.740 at the combine. He's always been slow. You see what I'm saying? He's always learned, or he's one of those players who just knows how to play football. He knows how to, manipulate, his speed in order to get open on a consistent basis. He's been doing it his entire career. A 4.740 coming out of college. What? He's a 4.8 now? Okay. I mean, but
4'8". He's a 5, my man. That
but
that
look,
hold on. When did he get drafted? He's what,
uh,
10-year vet? Would you say?
uh, he's a 14-year vet, as a matter of fact.
Shit, 14-year vet.
Now, but look.
Think about
So
it. Repeat it.
he was
Say it again.
drafted. He was drafted. I'm not in 2003. You see right there? But look at this though. So we got Bolden, right? He's 35, blase blah, right?
Right.
But if you look at his stats, man, just last year alone, he had almost 70 catches for almost 800 yards at age 35, 34, 35. And if you look at those numbers, he had more catches than Robert Woods and Percy Harvin combined. You see what I'm saying? And he had double the amount of catches than Chris Hogan had. So the wide receivers that we trotted out there last year, this guy outproduced them all. You see what I'm saying? So him knowing the offense and him still producing. You see, people want to knock T.O., which in my opinion, T.O. is my favorite wide receiver of all time, right? So I wanted to pull up his stats real quick to show people that, people want to knock his attitude, which is true.
Okay.
He would probably still be in the league if it wasn't for that. But
Agreed.
his stint in Buffalo and in Cincinnati, he was the cool guy, man. He was chilling. He wasn't, stirring up no drama, this and that. And look, his last year in the league, homie, look at the stats. You see it right there.
T.O.? T.O.?
Yeah, T.O. 72 catches, almost 1,000 yards, and 9 touchdowns his last year in the league. And I'm pretty sure at that particular time, he was probably like, 37, 38 years old. Still killing it. So age really don't mean jack, in my opinion, man.
Depending
It's all
who
about,
you are.
yeah, of course. But it always, in my opinion, it'll always come down to production. If you're still showing that you can produce, you deserve one more year until that year that you just don't produce, and you get older. Then you can be like, you know what? Okay, the
Okay,
age
hold on.
has finally caught up with you.
Check this out. Who would you put Anquan Bolden above on the roster that we currently have?
Everybody, man,
Everybody. So you're gonna
except
put
for Sammy.
shit. Okay,
Except for
hold on,
Sammy.
hold on, hold on,
He's
hold on.
better right now in his career. He's a better wide receiver than
So
everyone on our roster.
you'll put Anquan Bolden over Robert Woods. Yes,
Over Robert Woods. Yes, I will.
for sure. Okay. So you'll put now. Keep in mind, this ain't no Benjamin Button where you you get younger. You know what I'm saying? Or it doesn't work that way. The older you get, the slower you become. The less accurate with your eyes you
Yes.
are,
And
right? So
Rico,
every one of your skills diminish with age.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. But it also comes down to when that age takes effect. We just talked about T.O. You know, he was able to still produce his last year in the league, 72 catches for almost 1,000 yards and almost 10 touchdowns his last year in the league. So, which means that if you're still producing, age is irrelevant then.
Okay, now I get where you're going with this, okay? Because and I know what your answer is going to be because I was going to attack you with this. I was going to say, okay,
But
so you want,
real quick,
go
before you
ahead,
even go, real quick, let's give a shout out to Ian up on the Facebook group. He
right?
said, listen, yes, Bolden for sure. So you already know that the majority of people want to bring Bolden in. Even if you go down to the Facebook thread that I made off of the article that I wrote on BillsFanaticsBF.com, you have a lot of people, on here who's loving the idea.
Hold on, what did Ian say? I didn't see what Ian said. Hold on.
I'll show you right here. You see right here, you said, yes, Bolden for sure. I'm trying to tell you, yes, man, for sure. Bring this guy in, man, for at least just 1 year. Just see what he can do. And we already done seen a couple years ago where he single-handedly won the championship for the Ravens. We all saw that playoff run. He killed it. That right or no?
Listen, man.
You know it too, man.
I don't know if I can rock with you on that. Like, and this is where I come in with it. All right. So you want to place Bolden as our number two,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay. This is what I can't get behind. Bolden was part of the offensive scheme, and I know this is where you're gonna come up. You're gonna try to rebuttal me on this, which is cool. So Bolden was with Roman from 2013, 2014, and I think 2013, 2012. I'm gonna see. Yeah, so yeah, 2013, 20. Yeah, that's right. So he was with what do you call it? Roman from 13 to 14. All right,
yeah,
and in those 2 years, he did about 1,100 yards both, and he had 80 plus catches. They had Crabtree. They had that slot Patton. I want to say Patton. I can't
yeah.
remember
Patton.
correctly.
Yeah,
All right,
Patton.
and they had Kaepernick. Okay, and they had dynamic tight end in his prime at that time, Vernon Davis.
Yeah, Vernon Davis.
Okay, so similar to what we have right now,
Whoa, whoa,
right?
whoa, whoa, whoa! Time. Robert Woods is not no Crabtree, man. Let's go ahead and get that out the way right now before you even keep going.
Personally, I don't even think Crabtree's like that nice where you're trying to make him above Robert Woods like that. But if you
Nah,
want to
he's
play it
above
that way,
Robert Woods,
if
man.
you
But
want to play it that way, that's fine.
okay,
Okay.
all right, go
So
ahead.
now you want to bring a 3-year-old player, 3 years older player, onto the new movement Bills that we say that we're trying to build our team on speed. Then you're gonna bring it. Where does he fit in? Where does he fit in? Tell me where he fits in. Tell me where. Because we don't run the 49ers didn't have the run attack that we have now.
Okay, you know
Wrong,
what?
wrong, wrong or wrong. Wrong or right. So you want to bring in an old man to take off pressure off the quarterback as a possession receiver. That's where Charles comes in. Charles comes in. So I just don't see the need to bring in Anquan Bolden when you can bring in guys or bring up guys that we have on our roster right now that are
Yeah.
hungry and ready to go. Vets like that are looking for some big
Okay.
money
Look.
and a
Okay.
place to
Look.
just chill out.
Okay. Look. Real quick. Real quick. Let me run down for those who don't know. We have a boatload of receivers on the team currently, right? So let me just give you a rundown of who we have. I actually put an image on my article on BillsFanaticsBF.com of a list of everybody we have. Rico, you ready for this?
Let me see it.
We have Devontae Allen. We have Jarrett Boykin. I'm gonna skip over this name. We have Marcus Easley. We have Marquise Goodwin. We have Leonard Hankerson. I'm gonna skip over these next two names. I'll come back to that. We got Greg Little, Walter Powell, Greg Salas, and then, of course, we have, Samian Woods, right? Besides Samian Woods, we got a whole bunch of bums who have listen. We got a whole bunch of bums who have been in the league and have proven to be bums. Or that has proven to be average players, right? Now, let me get back to the names that I skipped over. And I want to show you why I skipped over them. We have the rookie guy that we brought in who I'm a bit intrigued about because of his size, and Gary Chambers, who's 6'4", 215. We have Desmond Lewis, 6'4", 214. And then we drafted the kid, Kobe Listenby, right?
Right.
The reason why I left those guys out are because those are the only guys that's on this roster that we have no idea about. So yes, out of those guys, I can't sit here and say that, we don't have nobody, because those three guys we have no idea about. But everybody else we have an idea about because they've been in the league, they've been cut off of multiple teams, and they are who they are as of right now because they've shown the world who they are. Sammy Watkins is a stone cold beast. Robert Woods, I'm still a little, questionable about. And everybody else except for those last three that I mentioned, they're borderline average bums, man. So
Who your
everybody
bum?
else that
Okay.
Little,
let me cut your black ass off
Walter
right now.
Powell,
No,
Greg Salas,
I can't.
who are these guys, man?
I can't. I'm not gonna allow you to do that.
Who are these guys, man?
I am not gonna allow you to slander these dudes. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead,
If
man.
you're gonna call every one of you guys nobodies and bums,
I said borderline average bums.
Borderline average bums.
Yeah.
You might as well put every one of those other guys as borderline average bums because we don't know anything about them. So
but that's different though.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Until you give me something for me to even consider you to be somebody, you are nobody.
Okay, that's fair.
Chambers hasn't done dick.
You
don't know anything about Chambers. Chambers,
you're right.
You can be James Hardy. Remember James Hardy was, we got a big boy, he's gonna do something special. He was somebody that was gonna make something special happen in Buffalo. Guess what? Nothing. So I'm not falling for the hype around players that we know nothing about.
No, and that's the thing. I'm not trying to hype them up. What I'm saying, and you actually helped my point by saying with those three, we have nobody because we have no idea who they are. So as of right now, they're nobodies. You're right.
I was only saying they're nobodies. Nah. I'm saying they're nobodies according to you, because if you're gonna make those guys seem as borderline average bums, you might as well make the guys that you are saying that are intriguing bums. Now here's the way. Bring up your list for me, my man.
No,
bring your list up. Bring your list up.
Hold on, man.
Man, I'm not gonna let you try to punk these receivers on the team, man. Bring the list up. Check this out. Okay. So Devontae Allen, we know nothing about.
Nothing.
Jarrett Boykins, I don't know much about Jarrett Boykins.
No.
To be honest with you.
Okay.
However,
let me break it down for you real quick.
Okay.
He was drafted by the Packers. He had a Robert Woods. Wait. He had a Robert Woods type season.
He made some noise.
No. He had a Robert Woods type season where he only caught like 36 balls for like 400 some yards, and then bam, that's it. And that right there is a typical Robert Woods type season, correct? 30 to 40 catches and a couple hundred yards
Okay. Now let me tell you this. At least if
and a
someone
couple
were to
drop,
mention
third down conversions.
if
But go
someone were to mention the name like Jarrett Boykins, you kind of go, "Oh yeah, I heard that name. Like I'm kind of
ahead.
familiar. He made some noise in Green Bay." So like
Yeah,
you're intrigued by that, right?
yeah,
So
but
hold on.
he made enough noise in order to get cut, though. But go ahead.
He's intriguing enough that people are
Okay,
like, "Oh, okay,
he's a
he can
name.
make he's a name that piques your interest." Peep this though. But we all know the history between. They didn't bring him in on a whim. They brought him in because there's some familiarity between him and our starting quarterback in Tyrod Taylor.
Of
So
course.
that gives him somewhat of an edge over the others. That
Okay,
gives him a name to mention during camp. Okay,
I can give you that. Okay,
all right. So we're gonna walk down the list.
okay.
Chambers, fuck him. I don't know
Yeah,
anything about him
yeah.
until he shows me something. We got some.
Agreed.
Marcus Easley, we don't know what his future is
No, no.
because
We
the
know what
poor.
his future is. His
What's
future
that?
is he's not playing wide receiver for the Bills. He's just
Fine,
not.
fine, whatever. He's our special teams ace.
Okay, good.
Moving
All
along.
right, good.
Marquise Goodwin, he's as good as gone.
Exactly. Bye.
Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
Leonard Harrison,
Okay.
bad breaks with Atlanta.
Come
He's
on,
another.
man. Oh my God. This
Hold
guy
on,
is giving excuses. But go
I'm
ahead,
not.
man.
I'm not even giving excuses. Check this
Go
out.
ahead.
Bad breaks with Atlanta. You know he made some noise in Atlanta. You know he can run the
He
deep
didn't
ball,
make no noise in Atlanta.
and
Go.
and the man's got some height on him. I don't know much about him other than that. I need to see something in court in camp. So I'm not really gonna talk too much on him. But he ain't no name to just kind of uh, uh, call him a borderline average bum. All right.
Okay.
Desmond Lewis, that's my dark horse. He needs to step up and make a name for himself. I'm not even gonna
Okay.
touch too much on that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Kobe Lissiby, rookie. You ain't done shit until I see
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
Greg Little, Greg
Nobody.
Salas.
Both
Greg Little,
nobodies.
Greg Little to me, when he came into the league, he was projected to do some big things.
And
You and I both know that.
then he busted out.
We can call it that. You know what? Let's call it what it is. He busted out a little bit. Now he's trying to make a
Yeah.
resurgence on his
Yeah.
name and see if he can recoup himself. Now
Yeah. He
here's
didn't
the
have no
one.
condom.
Here's the one.
He
Here's the
busted on that one.
You busted on that one hard. Uh, here's the name that I think makes a big difference, and he made a little bit of noise last year at the end of the season. Now,
Ah, come
if
on.
you were to mention Greg Salas to me before we signed him, I would have been like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Who do we like? We're bringing all these weak ass dudes to the team. Like, what for?" And then he showed us something, and he showed us enough that if he works with Sanjay, our receiver
Yeah.
coach,
Yeah. Sanjay Lau.
and Sanjay Lal, he has enough uh, momentum from last season to give him somewhat of an edge.
You know
Um,
what?
am I
I,
am I on something?
yeah. No, no.
He's got.
I actually like Salas.
That's what I'm saying. So
I like Salas.
to me, you don't go with a Anquan Bolden when you got a Salas. You're
I disagree
why?
because Bolden is a proven commodity, a big time, prime time, and borderline clutch wide receiver in this league. He's always been known as a clutch wide receiver. Am I right or no?
You're right.
He's always been known as clutch.
Can I
Now
ask you a question?
With Salas, real quick, I'm a fan of his from his time at Hawaii. He was a big time playmaker at Hawaii,
Big time.
big time. And then he caught a couple bad breaks. He had a couple injuries. When he first came into the league, and then so he's caught some bad breaks there. So if he can stay healthy, who knows? He may be something.
Let me ask you a
Maybe
question. Can I ask you a
be
question?
something.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
And I want you to answer this with truth, honesty, and truth. Okay?
Okay.
Who do you think is more hungry to make a name for themselves and to prove themselves to be and stick on a roster? Anquan Bolden coming in as a free agent, or Greg Salas trying to make a name for himself
The thing
and
is,
make things
listen,
happen? Don't
listen.
think. Don't. The thing is, I just want to know
I'm
who
gonna answer the
is
question for you.
hungrier.
Okay. Answer the question for you. Greg Salas is hungry, yes. But let me
Don't
add
down,
on to my answer.
don't
Let me add on
downplay
to
it.
my answer, though.
Okay.
Yeah, let me add on to my answer, though. The Buffalo Bills aren't a charity squad. It's like, oh, if you're hungry, you can come over here and eat. No, because some it's just that's not the case, man. It's all about producing, man. We're in a production business, Rico. We've always been in a production business. You see what I'm saying? So if we're going here saying, you know what, if you're hungry, you can come over here to eat. You know, we're gonna feed you. You know, we're gonna give you a hot meal. Nah, man.
Stupid.
I
Okay,
need somebody who can cook the food, man.
cool. So if you're gonna use that analogy, we're gonna use that analogy. So we chefing, we're cooking, right?
Okay.
And we're like, yo, we need someone that's gonna like, bring a little hype to our party because we're having a party. Everybody's coming over.
Yeah.
So you have a Greg Salsa that comes in. He's like, yo, guys, I'm here. I'm ready to
Yeah.
make things happen. Let me see what I can contribute. Then
Yeah.
you have Anquan Bolden. You know what I mean, you gotta come get me. Come pick me up from my house because I'm not about to make my way over there. Oh, and
Okay.
when you come get me, we need to stop off somewhere. And then when I get to the party, you guys gotta entertain me and make sure
Okay.
that I'm comfortable enough. That's
Okay.
what that's you get
Okay.
an Anquan Bolden. He's gonna come and act like I've been here before. I'm the shit. Like
Okay.
you guys need to impress me. Nigga,
You know
shut
what though?
up. No,
You know
man,
what
I
though?
don't want that.
All right. Did you that same analogy, right?
Right,
You go into the party, and Greg Salas comes in,
right.
and everybody was like, "Oh, hey, I heard about you, Greg Salas. Everything is good. They're over here dancing and blah blah blah, right?" But as soon as Anquan Bolden walk in the door, everybody's like, "Oh, snap! My man
Yo,
Anquan Bolden,
get
the
out of
old
here.
G up in the
This guy's stupid. Yo. And then check this out.
That's
So,
how it is. Everybody's like, "Oh, snap! The OG in the building," because
okay,
you know.
okay, yo. So let's use the same analogy, right? So Anquan walks in. They're like, "Oh, he made it! He made it! Anquan's here!" Yo, Anquan, do that movie you used to do. He can't do it. He can't do it because his ass is too old. While Greg Salas is breakdancing and showing all the moves, guess what? My man over here is catching his breath because he's two-stepping. Because that's all he can do. He's right here. This is where he's at. He's two-stepping. That's what he is. We don't want
Okay,
that guy at the party, that lame at the party. That's gonna bring the party down, man. We're trying to turn up. Man, this is a
but
movement, man.
but
This is a
look,
movement.
but look. All right.
Man, get
Okay,
out of
look.
here with that.
All right, now just get off the damn analogies real quick. Right. So real quick. If we make the playoffs this year,
Right?
which the majority of people think that we have a good chance of making it this year, right?
This is our year.
Who
It's
would you
gotta
rather
be.
have?
What you
Anquan
mean?
Bolden, who is a proven vet who has proven to make plays, who has proven to carry teams, or a Greg Salas who has really only played maybe 4 or 5 games his entire career?
So check this out. Me using Greg Salas versus Anquan Bolden, I'm really talking about all the receivers that we brought on
Okay.
that are hungry versus the one guy in Anquan Bolden. Now, if we make playoffs, we need a guy like Anquan Bolden that I've been here before. Everybody calm down. We good. Let's settle
But
down. Let's
what
get
does
the
that
nerves down.
leadership bring, though? Like, why would you want that leadership?
It bring it
Or
brings a
wait,
it
wait.
brings a sense
Let
of
me
go
say it
ahead.
like this:
Right.
why would you want a player like Anquan Bolden in the playoffs, except for the young guys that we have now?
Experience, man.
Okay.
You want a guy that's been there before. You want a guy
Okay.
that you know what I mean. You want your guys to emulate what he's bringing to the table when you're in that position to make the playoffs. But like you need some. The thing is, that's the type of guy like he's like a Tim Duncan, man. Right on
Okay.
the Spurs. You need the
Yeah.
young guns, the young horses to get you to the playoffs, and then you sprinkle in a little bit of Timmy D on
Yeah.
the court, and
Yeah.
Anquan Bolden would be that dude. But like until then, man, we can't. We need the young horses to get us there,
Now,
and I don't know if Anquan's that dude, man.
now, my thing would be like, okay, then if you need that experience, the person who's been there, a person who can be able to show people how it's done, then why wouldn't you want that all throughout the season for him to showcase or to show the young guns, listen, this is how you do it right now. This is how you perform. This is how you know, gain
I
a
like
household name
I
like
like it.
myself.
I like I like where you're going with that because I appreciate it. This is how you prepare. This is what you do. This is the professionalism that you got to bring to the table.
And the
You
reason
need
why, I'm sorry, go ahead, Rico, go ahead.
So what I was gonna say is this though. So like I get it. This is what you need. So bringing a guy like that would be ideal, and I'm not gonna lie about that. But like it just makes you. This is what makes me think of right now. Pull up the roster. Not even the roster. Pull up the receivers that you got on that screen.
Okay, hold on real
Every one
quick.
of them. Because now I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Well, no, before we do that,
Yeah.
just real quick.
Yeah.
Talking about bringing in that leadership. I was talking to Bobby earlier today, and he was giving me a hard time, and you actually chimed in and you started giving me a hard time too about it.
Right.
But it was in regards to when To was here, and when I was saying from an interview that I heard from Stevie Johnson when he was a practice squad player, prior to To coming in, he said that as soon as To came in, he showed everybody how you're supposed to work, especially in practice. He was extremely big in his, work ethic. And Stevie said that as soon as To came in, he made it a point to want to learn everything from To. And since To, Stevie Johnson has become a household name because of it. Now, you
So
guys can sit here and
you're gonna give all the success to
no, no,
Stevie Johnson had it to T.O.?
no. But what I'm saying is bringing in To helped a young, hungry player, like you keep on saying, like a Stevie Johnson. You can't get no more hungrier than a Stevie Johnson,
Right.
the seventh round pick who had to go to the practice squad.
Okay.
So he saw To, a known commodity, a Hall of Fame wide receiver, step in the building. He getting the keys to the city and shit. This motherfucker's big time. So you like, okay, I want to see what this do all about, man. And this and and so the point that I'm trying to get to is bringing in a guy who has been there and done that. For example, we brought in Ed Reed, right?
Yeah.
As soon as we brought in Ed Reed, what happens? Aaron Williams, every other word that come out of his mouth is Ed Reed this and Ed Reed that, because he knows this guy is big time. I'm gonna learn as much as possible from a guy who's been there and done that. Anquan Bolden has been there and done that. So, and he's still doing it. See, that's the thing that you got to understand. Anquan Bolden hasn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Anquan Bolden has been there, and he's still doing that. Not done that because he's still doing it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Here's that list that you wanted.
So put the list up. As you put the list up, if all this is true to what you're saying, why is he still a free agent?
I mean, who knows? It could be because of the money. It could be that he may be asking for a little bit, more than what teams are willing to give. Because as with a To, for example, teams get afraid of the age. They're afraid of that year when he actually does decline. See, Anquan Bolden really hasn't declined yet. You see what I'm saying? Every year, people want to write him off, and every year he still produces. Like last year, he was in like turmoil, man. You had Colin Kaepernick who really went down the tubes, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna basically replace him with a first round bust and Blaine Gabbert, and he's like, yo, what is the hell's going on over here? And he's still produced
Okay.
with all that going on.
I've heard enough of your nonsense. Check
Go
this
ahead,
out.
man.
Looking at these lists of receivers. How many we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, we got 13 cats that are trying to make this team. Out of the 13, how many are we keeping? 5 or 6?
Did you include Sammy and Robert?
Yes.
Okay, So right now we have 2 wide receivers on the roster.
Okay, so we know for sure Sammy and Robert are on the squad.
Okay.
So my question again is, how many are we keeping of the 13? 5,
Out of
6?
this list,
I'd
yeah,
say 6 at most.
yeah,
6 at most? Okay, let's go down our list.
maybe
Now,
7.
maybe 7.
Yeah.
Where we gonna keep 7 receivers and what for? Man,
What did we have last year? We had
what 6 receivers?
Sammy, we had Woods, we had Goodwin, we had Percy.
Are you talking about how we ended the season
No, no,
or
no.
how we started the season?
How we started the season,
Okay,
right?
Sammy, Robert, Percy,
We had
Goodwin,
Marquise, right? We had Easley,
Easley,
and then
5,
we had Hogan,
6.
and then okay, we had 6. All right, yeah.
Okay, so why the hell would we keep 7?
I mean, you never
That's
know.
one question. We
You
already know
never
the
know.
answer to that. We're not gonna have 7. So
We
let's just
also
say
had 4 tight ends though. And what team really carries 4 tight ends? So who knows?
Greg Roman. We both know that. We both know that. So let's cut. Let's. You need to cut it, okay? To get out of here with that. So check this out. So we keep Robert, Sammy. I guarantee you, Greg Salas makes the team. That's 3.
Okay.
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 That's half our receivers right there. Does Easley make the team?
Of course. I think he does.
Boom. That's 4. Okay. 2 more. Who you putting? Get my list back up, son.
All right, my bad.
So that's
Now
4.
hold on. I got to give Tony Santos a shout out, man. Look,
All right.
their experience and leadership, man, it's going to help the young guys. You see what I'm saying?
Catch up on the offense, but I'm a believer in Salas and Hankerson to step up and play
Man,
big. But
but
all
look,
depends on the Bolden price. Yo, I hate when people do
he's
this.
a believer though. A
Lo, check this out.
believer, which means he hopes and wishes.
Check this out. I love my boy Tony Santos, man. That dude. Shout out to Tony Santos. But
Yeah, but shout out to him, man.
check this out. He's hedging. I hate when people do this. Hedging bets. I like Bolden because of this, that. But Salas and Hankerson, they'll pick one. Don't be on the fence. I hate when people on the fence. You pick one, man. Like that's a Skip Bayless move, man. I can't stand that nonsense. Anyway, so
All
we're
right.
down to 4 receivers. So,
Okay, now what's your 4 again?
So Robert.
Okay.
Let me use my mouse. Can you see my mouse? Can you see if I do this?
Nah.
Oh, you can't see that. Okay, so
I'm the only one doing it. Yeah.
I got Robert, Sammy,
Okay.
Greg Salas,
Okay.
Marcus Easley if he makes the team. That's
Okay.
a question mark there.
Okay, 4.
Then I'll take Des Lewis.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Okay.
my sixth would probably be Boykins.
Okay.
Boykins on the squad, and then Listenby to the practice squad,
Okay.
respectively.
Okay.
I know you're analyzing right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it, and it's hard to really go against that, honestly, because I'm a big fan of Boykin as well. And with Listenby, we had absolutely it's the same thing we said earlier. We had absolutely no idea who he is, what he can do, but we drafted him, so you would think that okay, because we drafted him, we're going to give him at least a year. You know what I mean?
Right. And shout out. I don't want to cut you up, but shout out to Bobby. He just typed in that we had what's my man's name that was punt returning for us?
Walter Powell.
Nah, man, not Walter Powell. At the beginning of the year last year, Thigpen.
Oh yes, there we go. There's 7. I knew we had 7. I'm sitting here like, hold up, man, we had 7.
But I don't know if Thigpen started off with us.
No, he did. He did.
Here's the thing. We kept him for return purposes. Nothing to do with him getting on the field. So I don't think we're going to go that route because that's why we drafted Seymour.
No, not really. Seymour
for return purposes.
I mean, we can even say Listenby was for return purposes as well, though.
Listen. Only time will tell when camp hits.
That's all. But honestly, man, now that I think about it, I think Thigpen was an actual running back. I think he was.
They probably listed him as a running back. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, he's not on the squad. The whole makeup of our squad is different now.
Yeah. Okay.
So what it comes down to is what it comes down to is this: we need to figure out what we're gonna do at receiver spot, and we need to know who we keeping, who we moving, and Anquan Boldin is just not part of the solution. He's not part of the future. My man, let it go. Let it die. Take the candle.
No, no,
Take the candle. See what I'm
no,
doing right here?
no.
Put the candle out, son. Put the candle out.
Wait, hold on. Say it
Put
again.
it out.
Now listen, no, listen, though. Quick before I respond to that, a shout out to AJ. He said we gotta keep the vertical wide receivers, man. Like Goodwin and Listenby to keep the safeties out of the box. Which is, listen, I like Goodwin just for his speed. That's it.
Right.
I like Listenby as of right now, just for his speed. Both of those wide receivers hasn't proved anything. Goodwin hasn't even proved that he can stay on the field. So it's real nice to sit there and say that, oh yeah, we need Goodwin because of his speed, which is true. But if he ain't going to be able to play, then we got to get rid of this guy, man. I mean, like, he's wasting a roster spot. But to get back to you with the Bolden, he's not a part of the future. He's not even a part of anything, or the only thing he's a part of is the now. That one player, Rico, we've always seen this, for example, with the Patriots and Revis. You bring in that one player for that 1 year to be able to fill the key spot could catapult the team, man. A quick little run, a quick little, you know what? Let's get a guy that 1 year and let's just see if we can, get over this hump. Because as of right now, it's been proven that our offense, with the players that we've had on the roster right now, that the offense has been proven to be, stagnant, man. We haven't put two halves together. We lead the league, or, we're at the top of the league in 3-and-out percentages with the same receivers that we currently have on the roster. Like, it seems like, we need somebody who's a little more experienced out there, who's able to, consistently contribute like Bolden has. That's all I'm saying, big dog. That's all I'm saying, big dog.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm sorry. I muted my mic. So before we end this offer real quick, if you're making your 6 or 7 receiver roster with Bolden included, who are you removing?
Yeah, see, I was kind of hoping that you didn't you didn't
Yeah,
ask me that question.
of course I'm gonna
But
put you on the damn spot, man. Come on
but
now.
but honestly,
It's the barbershop,
I
sir.
would take off Boykin. I
Boykin,
would
huh?
I would take off Boykin only because of how I think that Des Lewis has a tremendous upside. And if he's actually able to, be the wide receiver who I think, or, like my man, Tony Santos says, believe that he can be, then I think he's going to be big time. But if I were to take off, one that we mentioned, it will probably be Boykin, because, as I said, Boykin really hasn't done anything. Or if not Boykin, I'll take off Salas, man.
Oh, you nuts.
I'll take off Salas only because everybody's getting all excited. One, and you can sit there and say it's like it shouldn't be race, but hey, psychologically, people look at Salas as the next Hogan.
Yeah, like he's a wide
Hogan,
receiver. Straight up,
yeah,
just say it.
no, yeah. I mean,
Wide receivers are more like possession receivers, and
no, but I'm saying that because Hogan was the guy that a lot of fans liked. He was 7-Eleven. He was always open. He always seemed like he was reliable. And he was the white boy.
Yeah.
And Salas, it kind of reminds fans of Hogan.
Of the Great
right?
White Hype and Hogan.
Of Great White Hope, yeah, right? So I get it. But really, you can't count, 2 or 3 catches in week 17 as a person who that's that dude. You see what I'm saying? Because he really hadn't done nothing.
See, you got me thinking. You got me thinking a little bit. And this is a whole nother topic for another day. But
Of
you
course.
mentioned something earlier. You said, we already know what these guys have done, and it's time to give. In paraphrasing here, it's time to give the opportunity to the guys that have intrigue that we don't know anything about. Am I getting exactly what you're saying there?
Yep.
So, what do we do with EJ Manuel? we already know what EJ Manuel's about. So are you saying that we stick in the project kid, Cardell Jones at the number two? Because we don't know what he's about.
Nah,
That's a whole nother topic. I'm not even
that's
trying to jump.
different.
I'm not even
Well,
trying to
yeah,
jump in that. But it kind of brings you to that because we know what EJ is about. So does that mean that we should say, yo, man, we know what this guy's about. Let's just put what's his face in real quick.
yeah. I mean, the only thing that I'm not going to get too deep in it, but
Completely different though.
yeah, but the only difference in that is that Cardell hasn't proven that he's able to do anything, because right now he's like extremely raw. So we're going into the situation knowing that he needs work. But if he shows any signs of life during preseason, hell yeah, have him at backup. Why? Because like you said, we already know who EJ is.
Yo, but check this out. I see that you put up the Instagram. Akeem84 just mentioned that he goes, "Hey, Bill Fanatics, what y'all doing is dope." To chime in a little bit, I don't think Robert Woods is the number two receiver for us. For one, he has durability issues, ankle and groin. Number two, even though our QB play improved, I think Woods would be best in a pass-happy offense with an above-average elite quarterback. He's a system fit. People want crazy. People went crazy when Marone had Hogan ahead of him on a depth chart, which is insane, which is true. I remember that. Now looking at it, I can see why though. Also, I don't think we should sign Anquan Bolden. He's a smart man. Yes, he's familiar with Roman and his offense, but if you look back at those San Francisco teams, he was the number one guy. I don't know about that.
No. As far as when it comes down to stats, he was the number one guy.
Okay, he was the number one guy, only 1,000-yard receiver on those teams. It was a major drop off in receiver production after him. Sammy in his number one spot. Not sure if we want him to be our Michael Crabtree. That will never damn happen. Let's see if one of our receivers can emerge. I think we are more pressed for number two tight end than a number two receiver. Now that is intriguing because that would change our offense completely.
You
Uh,
know,
but we have a Vernon. It's like, but we have Vernon Davis, but we don't have Delaney Walker.
okay.
Yo, he's making a good point,
I
man.
can respect that. I can respect his entire point. The only thing that I might have a problem with is this two words right here. Let's see. Let's no, seriously. Those two words messed up the entire thing for me, because let's see means I don't know that we have anything, but let's just see. Who knows? And then we missed the playoffs again because we can't score late in games because same as getting double covered, and the people or the let's see wide receivers aren't getting open. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, we should have had a number two wide receiver.
But what do you think we're doing with Anquan Bolden? Let's see if he still got some stuff in the tank.
No, but no. It's let's see that he doesn't have it. See, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Because he's already shown that he has it. Let's see that he doesn't have it. I'll give you the 1-year deal, and let's see if you done lost a step. Exactly. Show me that you no longer Anquan Bolden.
You know what? But that's a big blow. I mean, let's just say we bring him in. Let's just say he agrees. He comes in. Are we guaranteeing him a spot? Or is it like
he's guaranteed?
He's guaranteed?
He's guaranteed, man. He's going in there automatic.
All right, dog. Yeah. If you like it, it is what it is. But listen, man, let the people chime in, man. Let them chime in. I think this was a great debate. I respect the points that you make because leadership and experience go a long way. I'll always say that. And it seasons the young guys to seize the moment, right? It's a bit of a sprinkle, a little bit of veteran leadership on that receiving core. Maybe we got some. So I ain't mad at that. So let the people chime in, see what they see how they feel. I look forward to it. I hope everybody enjoyed this. This is the first time we went live, man. How you feel about that?
Man. I mean, I loved it, man. I loved it.
But I can't be the only one showing my damn face.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I know.
This guy.
I'm trying to get my camera. I'm gonna look all fresh, get my little haircut,
Yeah, man. I can't be looking like the only clown on this, man. But anyway,
I'm gonna color my white hairs, and I'll be good to go, man.
Yo, but listen, man, I appreciate it. Appreciate the fans. Yo, listen, I don't even say fans. I appreciate the members showing us love. Like I said, man, these are just people that love the Bills. We're not professionals, you know what I mean? We didn't go to school for all this stuff, man. We just love our Bills and we just want to talk Bills. That's it. Pierre, you got something to add or what?
Man, it's my same old every single show, man. I want to say thanks to all, man. I'm talking about all the supporters we have at Bills Fanatics, man. I mean, it's like, same thing Rico said. It's just amazing, man. It is the love that we get though, Rico. It it makes us push even harder, man.
No
The
doubt.
fact that we got, you know, a crazy following is just beautiful, man. And so I want to appreciate everyone, man. And also, follow us on Facebook at Bills Fanatics BF. Our Facebook group, Buffalo Bills Fanatics, which
Plug it.
is
Plug it.
popping,
Plug it. Plug it.
Our Instagram, that's run by our other co-founder, Bobby B, who does a bang up job up at Instagram. Listen.
Best in the business, baby.
You know what? Just real quick before we go, man, because I always try to shout out this Instagram, but I gotta show people what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this Instagram account. Listen, there's no handle, and we love all the Buffalo Bills handles on Instagram. So I'm not trying to knock any other handle, but man, we
pump stuff out, man.
We be coming, man. It's constant content. So whenever you want to see, hear all the latest and greatest, we give everyone shouts out. Like, for example, right here, we gave our man Eric Turner,
boom,
up at Cover One.
That's legit, yo. If there's fans that are X and O fans and really like a breakdown of film and what players are supposed to do, you guys are new to watching football and you're excited, yo, check out my man Eric Turner, man. That guy's he's in depth and he gives you a good explanation on the X and O's of offense and defense.
Yeah, man. But just as always, fellas, I mean, I always appreciate all the support, man. So you already know what it is, Rico.
That's what's up, yo. Check this out. Hey, the members. I'll tell you, man, Facebook is the popping. I mean, we're on our phones all the time. Any updates, we try to update you as quick as we can. So check out the Twitter handle. Check out Facebook if you don't have Twitter. Go on your Instagram. Show us love, man. We'll give you love back. And check this out, man. We're at 17,000 members, 979. Listen, help us get to that 18K, man. That's dope. Like,
Listen,
we want to be one of the best in the business, right? So let's get to 18K. Man, continue to rock with us, man. So we're gonna try to give you guys the best stuff on the internet.
You got it, fellas. Rico, man, I appreciate you. Taking the time, man, to come, chat with me.
Hey, man.
I think you lost this debate, man, honestly. But
hey.
Yo, listen, fans say,
I had to come in and kind of set you straight a little bit, but I mean, there's some you made some valid points, but I mean the people are gonna say it. Yo, this is a pet peeve of mine. Yo, if you're gonna come in the debate room in any thread, any post, don't give one word answers. That's boring, man. If you're gonna disagree with something, make a point. Explain why you disagree. It's weak when you guys just say no or I'll pass or I'll this or I'll that, like this whack, man. Explain yourself. Now, if you're at work and you just want to, just take the time to go to the washroom, hide from the boss, and get in there and give your response to something, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm tired of that one word response, man. That kills threads.
Leave the members alone, man.
Hey, listen. Hey,
not everyone's like you, man.
And another thing too, man. Yo, we're all Bills members, Bills family. Yo, none of the knocking other dudes, man. Don't be name calling. Don't be insulting people, man. Everybody's just trying to be there and have fun. You know what I mean, so look, knock that stuff off, man. If you want to do that stuff, go to the other groups that allow that stuff. But like over here, man, we just want to have fun and wait till the season starts so we can go nice 16-0 and win a damn Super Bowl, man. And then we can rock it. Cause I'm sick and tired of people saying, "Yo, you're a Bills fan, man. I'm so sorry for you." Nah, man. We're gonna come back to number one where we belong, baby. It's been 16 years, man. 16 years too damn long. Let's get it.
Oh, real quick, I totally forgot, man. I actually announced the winner of our.
Oh, we got a winner?
Our Jim Kelly Color Rush jersey giveaway, man. I want to give a shout out to my man Jason Spinner. He's been a huge supporter. He was the random winner of the Color Rush jersey. So, Jason, if you're listening, congratulations. I want to.
What was the contest?
It was
for people to find out.
Well, you got to go to our fan page, Bills Fanatics BF on Facebook, and We just ran a contest, man, just saying, if you tag a couple of your friends in a thread and a random person selected. And that was
There
it,
you
man.
go. Simple as that, man. Yo,
Simple as that.
easy way to get a jersey, man. Just invite your friends. Just invite your friends and show love. And look at that. Spinner just got himself a nice Color Rush Jim Kelly jersey, man. Yo, shout out to Spinner. Spinner. Anyway, Pierre, yo, we work what? Did you work overnight tonight?
Yeah, man, I'm tired, man.
Yeah, I worked it overnight too, man. So, yo, you got me all juiced up and ready to roll. But yo, I
Man.
gotta go pass out because I gotta do it again.
All right,
So,
man.
until next time on the BF Barbershop, said
Yes, Bills Fanatics, baby.
we out.